Initializing LYCAN-X protocol.
You'll never proceed past this.
Wow, right? Okay. So, today is actually a different day than whatever I've tried to do in the past. I gotta tell you something. I actually have a script today. I'm not reading it right now. It's actually right here. So whenever you see me cheat this way, you know that I'm doing the rare thing of actually relying on a script. But I ain't touching it right now. I'm just going to keep it real with you because I actually hate scripts, but I don't really want to forget these things I have to say today. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. I almost made this video last night at like 4 a.m. I was just like, I was not able to get to sleep. It's not like it was an insomniac thing either. I was like, hey, one more thing. And I just kept waking myself up over again. I guess I probably could have tested my audio before this, so hopefully the audio is good. But I didn't do that video because I knew that it would have been dog shit, and I knew that you deserve better, and it would have been torture for me too. And so the great news is I was able to have a conversation with one of my best friends in the world. I haven't talked to him in a long time at like 5 a.m. Like, you know, so in other words, it was perfect that I was awake, but the video last night, it wasn't happening. So here we are. Now let's do the video. So, and now you can see this is what it looks like for me to cheat on the script. So, if you were super cool to help me out with my secret project that I'm working on right now, I want to say thank you. It means a lot. I've been carrying this flag for a long time, and I wasn't really willing to share it with others because I wanted it to be better than it was at the time. And it's actually really very nice to share it with people and to get your feedback. So it means a lot. And if you're helping me out in creating transformational content with teeth at this young part of the journey, I'm considering you in the Werewolf Underground, and it's a fucking honor. So I'm so glad. I'm sincerely so glad. So thank you for even watching this. Wow, it's heartfelt. It's heartfelt. I'm gonna leave it there. And so it's a really exciting. I'm not into the video. I'm just not gonna belabor that point and get all emotional on you here. So. Oh my God, I had a joke and I missed, whatever. So yeah, no, I just want to say thank you. Why the fuck am I doing this? What is all of this anyway, right? Well, I could ask you it in your perspective, and I think I will. Have you ever felt like the world is just glamorized self-destruction? Have you ever felt like everything around you is just designed to leverage your free will against you into this like pitfall of self-created despair? Because I noticed that too. And I kind of asked myself, what if it wasn't like that? Like, what if there was a culture that wasn't total dog shit? And what if the culture centered itself around empowering individuals rather than disempowering individuals with lies and manipulation? And so it's easy to decide that I want that, but really difficult to decide how to create that. So that might explain my last half a decade. I know. So now here we are. And the good news is, Werewolf University will have an online course live in the next month, straight up, guaranteed. We're going to talk about that a little later. LYCAN-X I am LYCAN-X. There's now a musical artist on behalf of the growth culture. I am, what do you say? Be the change you want to see in the world. I'm going to have to face my fears and do that, you know? And that's what we all have to do, so I'm no different than anybody else. But I am doing that right now in a lot of different categories of my life. So that's kind of exciting, and we'll jump in. So, did I tell you that I made a fake game? Yeah, I did. I made a fake game for UX UI. We're going to maybe put the menu up on screen so you can see it. I'll tell you a little bit about the game. It's the hybrid you've always wanted. It's the hybrid between dungeon crawlers and basketball. In the legacy of Basketball Jones, play as your favorite basketball player on a thrilling journey of getting your player to win the league by overthrowing the demons of the 9th portal gate. They trippin', and you're here to dunk on them. Break the rim, beat the game, and be the best in the league in Legacy of Basketball Jones. So what the hell are we looking at right now, right? This is UX UI. It's not perfect by any means because I don't intend to work in UX UI. I just wanted to feel their pain. I wanted to meet their subject matter experts, and I wanted to know what it's like to work with them because I now work in video games. So this was never really going to be my job, if I have anything to say about it. But I just wanted to know how it works. And obviously, I couldn't help myself but to make a super absurd start menu. So that's what we're looking at. I just turned that in yesterday, believe it or not. So a real big shot is going to grade this and hopefully have a real nice sense of humor to see that there's structure beyond what you're looking at right now. So that's pretty funny and cool. I've got one more assignment left on that, and then fortunately I complete that chapter in my life, and I'm very excited for that. I'll be working on that later with Photoshop. Let's see what else. Great news, super exciting news on the Werewolf University front, my online courses. I have actually heard back. I am being greenlit to begin shooting. I'm actually going to shoot after this. I'm going to be shooting today. I have been greenlit to shoot as quickly and, well, I'm saying as quickly as possible. Nobody else told me that, but I'm greenlit to shoot. So my first course, Intro to Strategic Thinking 101, is hopefully going to be live in October. And as a member of the Werewolf Underground, my homies here, you're going to get this free access throughout October. If something's going on and you want to, and October doesn't work for you, just let me know. And look at me talking about game. The course isn't even live yet. I have a lot of work to do, but I want to sort of talk it into existence and honor what I'm saying that I'm going to do, because I really just want to take those baby steps and those giant leaps to make sure that I've got something of value for you when you want it and when you need it. So I'm really trying to beat Halloween in terms of doing that. So yeah, if strategy sounds too boring or nerdy, which I hope it doesn't, because it's super exciting actually, but if strategy sounds too boring or nerdy, the good news for you is Werewolf University is going to be doing a brain boost series. We're going to be identifying all types of intelligence and all types of thinking patterns and give you the fundamental skills that would be beneficial for you to sort of train that part of your brain, just like exercise would strengthen the muscles. So, I've been on that obsession for quite some time, but it's become much more sophisticated. So we're going to be taking those tools and resources, putting them into single courses, and you can get ready for the Werewolf University Brain Boost series coming as soon as I can possibly create it. But the very first is Intro to Strategic Thinking. And again, if that sounded boring, please remember, strategy is just concerned with a better way of getting the thing done. So assuming that you're brave and courageous enough to have a goal that you hold in your heart, strategy is just concerned with helping you get there with less waste, less risk, less, just getting you there without all of the headaches that didn't need to take place. That's strategy. But I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to throw some jokes in there. I've got some cool ideas. And if you want to talk about it, or if you're into this, shoot me a message. I literally love talking about this. You wouldn't believe how much I love talking about the best, I guess educational modalities. I know. So nerdy. Who can control our passions? I'm very passionate about it now. What else? So I love my job in video games, but it's a little bit overwhelming at points. So I'm trying to really stay ahead of that curve. You may know if I've been keeping you in contact on this. I haven't been great with YouTube as a whole, but I was hired as a game designer. But really, my entire skill set is as a game producer. Game producers essentially manage the pit crew and make sure that all the moving parts, like the human beings and the moving parts, all work together for the big picture. I'm a very people-centered person. I have 2 master's degrees that, well, I guess I shouldn't say they both pertain to people, but in my mind, I'm just a lot more comfortable working with people. I would have assumed that I was more comfortable working with people than not, but what I've needed to do here is that I've needed to really switch my focus, and now I'm focused on the subcomponents of the game itself and the design process and sort of design thinking. So thinking about how the huge picture is affected by the sum of all of its parts. So I guess I would have thought that I was doing that in the beginning anyway, but I've really leaned into it much more than I ever would have for these last 4 or 5 months. And I've made sure to seek out subject matter experts who can really drill me like Diamond Head style to make sure that I'm stronger with the skills that I desire to learn. So it's been a lot of that. I would tell you that I've left my comfort zone completely this year. I have thrown myself into completely different and intellectual endeavors because I wanted to sharpen those other parts of my brain so that I could be more useful for my team. So it's kind of the same thing for the Brain Boost. Everything I'm going to be teaching is kind of what I'm doing myself. I tend to do it in a really ballistic way right now because I'm poorer than I've ever been in my life. I've known what it's been like to have my income completely ripped away from me multiple times. Most recently being working for New York City and having the contract end 6 weeks early after helping out with the COVID-19 response, and then just being unemployed, and it happened out of nowhere, and I felt that the security was going to be more than that, and it just wasn't. So I'm quite ballistic in my use of my own Werewolf University teachings, but by no means does anybody need to be. I do that out of survival, but I also do that just to make sure that my systems are strong enough, because I don't want to give you something that's fragile that breaks under pressure. In fact, I want to do the opposite. I want to give you something really structured and strong so that whatever effort you're putting into in your life, I hope that you get even more rewards, just like what I was talking about with strategy. I'm probably starting to not make too much sense. I have been in this trench for a very long time, and I'm just really excited to get this information out of my heart and out of my head and into the world, and hopefully available for you in case you want it, because I'm very passionate about it, and it took a long time to feel that I could really deliver it in the way that you deserve. And last but not least, if you are a true underground member, then by now you are pretty aware that I am LYCAN-X. I only have one song that's there. I appreciate if you help me out with any of the secret projects coming up for LYCAN-X. This is growth, culture-oriented music. You know, Sisyphus is a song that I wrote the hook first when I heard that beat first time. It just felt natural to me. And the hook was built to go beyond race, beyond gender, beyond timelines, beyond generational gaps, beyond anything like that. It speaks to the human universal condition of suffering. This is as old. This is based on the myth of Sisyphus. This is thousands of years old. So, in a lot of ways, what I wrote in that song isn't anything new. It's just a repackaging of a reality or of a commentary that has been commented on for like all of human history. So, I guess my point is we are all souls that suffer in the exact same set of circumstances, although they look different. And so I hope that that's a majorly unifying, cathartic version of pain. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of a downer when I said it that way. But if you hear the song, I'm kind of hoping that you don't I'm almost hoping that you celebrate reality, even though it's unpleasant and grim. And that's what that was my mind on Sisyphus. And so a lot of the other songs are probably going to really change up LYCAN-X radio. Right now, I've been thrown in with a really cool and funny group of people that I don't know that I would have been in that group. I don't think that LYCAN-X radio would be this way if I would have led with a different song, and you'll know what I mean. You'll know what I mean soon. But it's just kind of funny how that works out. So LYCAN-X radio is associated with some really interesting artists that I've been able to discover now, and yet I know that LYCAN-X radio is probably going to change quite a bit based on the new releases that are going to be coming up that are going to probably associate me with. It's just going to make it a little tougher for Spotify to keep up with your boy. So I don't want to drone too long on this. I hope it's been interesting. I fear that I could run out of things to say and make this video a dud, and I definitely don't want to do that. So I wanted to give the updates on my life, and I wanted to just sort of thank you for sure. Thank you for if you're watching this and if you've been helping me out with these secret projects. I just thank you for. I mean, look, we're all busy, and I personally regret that I can't be in contact with people who mean a lot to me more than I currently am. But I hope that I can change that now, because I feel that I've come around the mountain enough times to get all of the little lessons that I needed to begin creating and making something really special for us both. So, shit, I feel like I'm losing my point. I mean, I'm not. Like, my heart means it, but I'm losing my conversational grace. So, thank you for tuning into this. I really appreciate it. If you have feedback, please give it to me, because I hope that these videos are actually entertaining. I don't want to be boring anybody. And yet I also want to be completely honest. I don't want to be putting on some kind of like fake enthusiasm. The enthusiasm I give you is real, and part of that is that I'm not really perfect at this. So thanks for checking this out. It really does mean a lot. And hopefully the next updates are even better. Who knows? I don't even know what's coming up. Oh, I do. I'm going to be at a Shakora Music Festival. So anybody who's in the area of North Carolina, I'm not going to be there with full predictability. I'm going to be in and out, unfortunately, but it's going to be a blast. Wonderful people, wonderful vibes, fantastic musicians. I'll be taking some photos and hanging out with some people. So if you're in the area around Pittsboro, North Carolina, feel free to come and see me at Shakora Music Festival. I'll be there with Devoid of Context Entertainment. They've got some serious, exciting news coming up soon, too, but we can't really announce it yet. So I think that's it. Jeez, what else could I have to say? So thank you so much, and maybe I'll see you there this weekend. Otherwise, looking forward to catching up with you however we do it. Talk to you soon.